floor is yours.
Thank you for having me. My name is Mariah Corder. I'm 17 years old. I wanted to start by thanking the auditor for bringing these issues to our attention. I also want to say how disappointed I am in the state that it took the literal hundreds of foster youth saying this before to not be heard, and now that it's coming from a professional's mouth, it has weight. I have personally been at countless oversight meetings, hearings for legislation, and on calls with California Youth Connection, repeatedly telling the state, my parents, that there is something wrong with the way you are monitoring the psychotropic medications given to my brothers and sisters in foster care. I have sat back and watched you fail me for far too long. I am here to tell you my story and hopefully save a life by persuading you to all finally change your perspectives on our mental health. I was placed in my first level 14 group home in 2009 at 9 years old. I had been in foster care for about 5 years before that and had been having a hard time dealing with the murder of my younger brother who was beaten to death by my biological father. I had witnessed a murder at 4 years old before I was even taught my ABCs. On top of that, I was asked to testify against him for that crime. Obviously, that was a lot of trauma to deal with, and I started acting out in all my previous placements, causing me to be ripped away from my older and younger sisters. I was placed into the care of a well-known Alameda County-based level 14 group home and expected to behave myself without support or treatment. Once they figured out that wasn't working, I got pills, lots of them. I did not need pills. I needed a support system, and California's foster care system failed me. It is unfortunate that today, 8 years later, I cannot tell you which pills I was on as the files have suddenly been lost. I am to this day fighting to get my full case file to hopefully fill in some of the blanks for me. I have the right to my case file, but Alameda County does not seem to understand that. In a perfect world, foster youth would have the option to join a community activity such as dance, music lessons, sports, or arts classes as an alternative to therapy and psychotropic medication. We would not have to travel to other counties for our health services of any kind. Our files would be complete and transferred to our new placements or counties to give better access and clarity to our necessary services. Our mental health would always be put first, and we would be the deciders of our services, not someone who is paid to promote a certain brand of drug or therapeutic program. My therapy session and piano lessons would be held at the same urgency and wouldn't be put on me to attend if I decided I no longer wanted to participate. I shouldn't have been forced to take a tuberculosis test to get into school more than 5 times because you lost my records. I wouldn't have had to suffer with allergies or asthma in school for months because my health and education passports were incomplete and not given to my new providers. We wouldn't be a case number anymore. We would get the same or as close to it treatment as any kids with their parents would get. We would all be happy, and that should be the priority for our state, our happiness, safety, and stability. In a perfect world, I wouldn't be on this panel telling you again what foster youth need. You would have asked us first and respected us and our perspectives enough back then to prevent this crisis from happening in the first place. I hope that we can make the policy and practice changes we need in order for that perfect world to be a reality for future foster youth. To answer Senator Mitchell's question earlier about the wait list for mental health services, there can't be a wait list if we were never referred to one. And lastly, foster youth have suffered enough, so stop making us pay for your mistakes too. Get yourselves together.
Thank you so much. Right. Absolutely. Bold and blunt. I like it. There we go. Very powerful.